Mr. Jibrin, representing Kogi East. I want to say that the issue at hand is very disturbing, especially as it has to do with the image of Nigeria and the credit rating of Nigeria before the international community. It is either the government has been unable to do it or it is not willing to do it. Because an agreement was reached so many times and the government reneged on those obligations. Mr. President, having said that, I want to believe that there is a need to prioritize these payments because it is obvious that the federal government cannot meet these obligations all at once. There is a need to prioritize these repayments. First, consideration should be given to the issue of unpaid obligations to pensioners, salaries, and promotional arrears to civil servants. And then, in order of priority, the issue of unpaid power bills and obligations also comes next. That is from my own perspective. Then having said that, Mr. President, the beneficiaries of these monies should also be considerate. I want to believe that in a situation like this, the first point of call is the principal repayment. The issue of arrears and interest, where applicable, to me comes as a secondary factor. So the beneficiaries will also be able to bend backward and allow the federal government to first meet up with the principal obligations and then restructure the interest and arrears, the interest, and then the penalties, where applicable, to a future period. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Distinguished Senator Bima Mohammed Enagi.
I think you will agree with me that there is an urgent need for this obligation to be settled, considering the beneficiaries and also the consequences of non-payment on the economy. Top on the list of the beneficiaries are the pensioners and civil servants. The pensioners, these are people that have served this country, some of them for up to 35 years. They have retired. They are no longer strong. They rely on the little money that comes to them to be able to sustain their families and pay the fees for their children that are still going to school. I want to agree with the last speaker that it must be given priority so that these obligations will be quickly settled. Close to that are the contractors and suppliers who have used their money, who have also gone to banks to borrow money to execute projects, and they are not paid. It's very important that their claims, their monies are looked into as quickly as possible. A lot of Nigerians are losing their jobs as a result of this. Some bank obligations to banks, they are not able to meet obligations to their banks. Therefore, it's very, very important for this settlement to be done in good time. Closely related to that are the power bills by the MDAs, the ministries, the agencies, and the departments. We know what is happening in our power sector. If the GENCOs and the DISCOs are not paid in good time, what happens? You know, we cannot cry that we are not having power supply in this country. I think it's very important for promissory notes to be used in good time so that the GENCOs and the DISCOs will receive their money in good time. Following that are the monies used by the state governments to construct highways, to rehabilitate highways that belong to the federal government. I think it's very, very important for this to be looked into as quickly as possible. I want to commend the mover of this motion and to call on my colleagues that this motion should be supported, and it's very important for promissory notes and bond issuance program to be used in good time to stabilize our economy. I so second. Thank you.